I don't have much to show off tonight. It's just I've just been working on the loading stuff, the connection and loading stuff. Annoyingly, Unity doesn't provide a way to access don't destroy unloaded objects. So when I like exit the scene, back to the main menu, I create new network managers over and over again. So and I can't just easily destroy the old ones. It's really annoying. So
But
we
it
have to, like,
automatically makes one of those when you
because
open
I'm
any new
loading the
scene.
scene, so it's part of the, not any new scene, it's just the main menu. Like when you drop out to the main menu, that's the thing that's there, right? So I'll need to make an actual scene management system and probably asynchronously load scenes and then unload them instead of, like, additively, instead of just loading a scene one by one, which is slightly annoying because it means that I'll have to like turn off all of the objects in the first scene.
Can't you just make an object that comes from the splash screen into the first screen, into the very first scene where you need it to be, and then destroys itself, and you know, forevermore, as long as that object.
Then I have to do that on every object that needs to be destroyed. There are some objects that are added to don't destroy on load, like just by the way they have Unity programmed them. Right, there are 3 objects: the canvas, the debug updater, and the network manager. All of those just don't destroy on load. What is the debug updater? I don't know if I wrote what is this. I thought this was a Unity built-in thing, but maybe it'll be easier because I don't know what this is. Debug updater. Or no, it is a Unity thing. Fuck is it?
Well,
So, okay, so the debug updater doesn't actually duplicate, which is interesting. It's just the stuff that we have that, which is good to know, because then that means it should be something we can tell it not to do. I don't think we need the canvas actually to not destroy unload anymore, because we don't actually use the canvas in the other scenes anymore.
are we good to start sending out the presentation now? The slide deck thing now? Can do we want
We could probably start sending it out to things that we're not super. That's basically what I want to talk about today. Like, it'll take me some time to get these connection things in, but I don't know how critical they are. Like, someone gets the idea, right? Like, if it breaks because the host left, then I don't think that's that big a deal. It's not done, right?
Yeah, he sort of said that offhandedly anyway. He was just like, yeah, fix that and do this and yada yada yada. Like
the thing I'm more concerned about is that there's also like we don't have a binary right now. It would be nice to have a binary version.
Or what do we need to do to have one? Can't we just build?
I can build it to the binary. There is some small changes I need to make, but it should work. Yeah, I can build it to binary though. There's some code though that specifically checks for WebGL, like the copy code and paste code and stuff like that. But it should work. You know, long term. But anyway, so I don't know like how critical it is to get that up and running and tested and stuff. But I think we can start sending this out to people that, like, companies we don't care about. Like, I don't mind about that. Like, if we want to start sending them out in batches of like 20 or something to a bunch, like, and then I'll keep working on these fixes for the outer slobs and stuff, the people that we really want to work with.
The how many people were on that list that he gave us? I was not able to
It's like a
access
list
that
of like
day.
200 or something. It's
Okay.
insane.
The only thing that I think we need, well, obviously I still need to write something for myself, and
Oh yeah.
we need to do the what's it called? The why we need you slide,
Yeah. Back
or not why we need you.
There's a controller or something. So we're willing to.
console thing.
I still don't.
console. Yeah, we're willing to support consoles. Basically, a slide being like, hey, this is built on WebGL, but it works as binary, and we're willing to support consoles with some extra moolah. Yeah. Maybe we just have a slide that's titled "We Can Be Flexible."
Yeah, we can just say. I don't think a ton of work needs to go into it. Just do the nice, the dotted background thing and be like, we are primarily focused on PC and mobile right now, but we are willing to do a console build if you're interested.
I think we call the title "We Can Be Flexible" and have like a really Gumby-like outline of a person or something.
We have let's see, do we have a sticker for that? We have
No, we don't.
we have the wrestler kind of doing a split one, but the work isn't great on it because I had to actually draw on that one, and I couldn't find anything to match Dave's style. But that being said, it's whatever. It's not so bad. We have here. Hold on. It's probably in this Discord somewhere. I'm pretty sure I put all of them in here at some point.
I also got the new join code button in, which is nice.
There he is in a comic, but there's a bunch of shit over top of him.
What are you trying to do, Axis?
Find the wrestler doing the split. That's a good flexible.
Just get the
Areas. I
Go
found them.
into the offline mode. I also found the bug for that. Why? Well, I don't know why it's happening, but I know how to reliably reproduce, or it's really easy to reproduce. The bug that where I wasn't seeing the sticker updates and whatever. It luckily is only a bug for the host, so only the host can't see the stickers for whatever reason.
Yeah.
In co-op, you're
weird.
talking about?
Yeah, it's actually not. It can't see the sticker. It's that it
It's under
only
the
the
middle
host.
panel. Is that?
No, it's like the host for some reason won't sync the states anymore, and I don't know what its position and transform state just don't sync anymore, and I don't know why that is, but it does. At very least, that gives me something to go off of, and it's just because I haven't touched the host in so long. But at very least, all network people will see the things move where like they're supposed to. All the clients. So Rami likely did not see anything wrong there.
Because I was having a bug, although maybe it was because I was hosting, where I thought they were getting drawn under the center panel, because it looked like the poof was coming out from behind there, but it might just be that the poof is always behind there in that room.
I don't know,
Or
which room
something.
was it? The co-op
It's
room?
co-op room.
No, that wouldn't be the co-op room though, because like I'm testing that now. That's fine.
Okay.
But I think what you were seeing was if I as a person try to drag a sticker that is broken in that way and I drag it into another panel, it does disappear because it does change the layer. I just apparently for some reason don't have write authority to the transform, which is weird.
Here, Jeff, I pasted that wrestler doing the splits if you want to
Is
use.
that supposed to be
Alright,
server?
cool.
Actually, this one does have Dave's line work, so it looks better than I thought. There's one where I had to like draw his legs or arms myself to get the thing that I couldn't quite match Dave's style.
We all have our own way of doing things. That's why Pico's always investing in your customer experience. So you
You look
can
closely
manage
at this
your
one,
energy
it does
your way.
look
Connect
like you
with our
can easily
personalized
tell that
tools
it's
and
just
dedicated support and see
made
what we're
of
steadily
pieces.
upgrading at pico.com/updates.
But nobody's gonna look that close at this. Here at least.
Raven.
Also, what was the verdict, Marcus, on what the fuck is this shit? What was the verdict on whether we need to shrink the sprites or not? Because I like I like how when you blow them up super huge, even if they get really huge, the lines still look kind of fine. You know, if you want to use like a tiny element of a sprite as
For
a
now, we don't
background.
need to because it turns out that in the assembly, it gets really, or the asset bundle, it's
Wait,
way
3
smaller. So we're fine for now.
Cool.
Yeah, don't. It is sync that state.
Dave's here.
It's very, very strange. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird bug. So I don't quite understand. But what we should probably do is next get a list of publishers we want to try out. And we should just shotgun a couple out right now, or maybe not right now, but you know what I mean.
He
Can
gave
you-
guys like a list or something?
Rami gave us
He
a
did,
list.
yeah. It should be posted, I think, in the Discord. But yeah, Alan's Game Dev Resources. Publisher/investor information 281.
Just add them all to one big group chat and send it all at once.
I think our plan is to drip feed them over time, starting with the ones we don't know or don't care at all about, and then, you know, do the ones we really want, like well, I guess with Outer Sloth, we were all about trying to get it in soon, so maybe that one's like in the next batch after this one. But you know, I also think publishers that we think we have, well, what information is there other than their names and contact info? Can you repaste that, or did you say you repasted it? You probably did.
It's in the thing. I'll pin it. Alright, it's pinned to the Heartlamp channel. Oops, wait, is that right? Yes, yes.
This is looking like it's not gonna load again, like in the call. Did he only give it to your Google or something? To your share? It's because it's a Google Doc.
No, it's shared. Anyone has view access to it.
Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't load for me then, and it's not loading for me now. It's just a blank screen.
Jeff and Dave, can you access that document?
Oh, okay, there it goes. Actually, sorry, it came eventually. Okay, yes.
The only downside here is I don't seem to be able to
Yeah,
like,
I can open it.
edit the filters.
Yeah, I see it now.
Do we have a version of this guy without the purple background?
Which
Yeah, but in the game folders, it's a PNG in there. You can filter by whether they do console or not. Maybe we can.
Yeah, well, let
we
me
can't
filter.
get that.
I can't actually edit the filters.
Oh yeah, I can't either. But you can still see them. But I'm saying we could pick 10 that don't do console and then finish that slide later. VR.
Okay, so I can do a filter view. Okay, so if I do a temporary filter view, then if you hit data, create filter view, then it lets you filter. Yeah, because like we can filter out things that only do VR, but actually this is a problem is this thing doesn't show, like I don't know how to easily make a filter that says filter things that only do VR, not filter things, you know, I want to see it if they do VR and other shit. I don't care about that.
Here, hold on, I'll just make a copy of it and see if we can filter that. Yes, okay, so what you want to filter by what?
I want to filter things that do not support, I guess we could just filter by things that don't support mobile and things that don't support PC or PC. But the problem is I want to do an or, not an and. Like if it I want to see if it supports mobile or PC, right?
Hold on, I'm doing the most critical thing, which is that changes whatever. I know their links.
Dave, what is the paintbrush mode in Photoshop that doesn't paint over black?
I don't know. No, I was never good with that. Those features. I mostly just knew how to put down ink on the page. Also, I largely switched to Clip
Darker
Studio
color.
now.
Darker color. That's what it is.
I don't want to pick our 20. Do you want? I'll just randomly read some and the information about them, and we'll decide whether they're or not they're in the first.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can just pick
Green
whatever
Panda Games. They slice, dice, idle roller coaster, and sushi. Slice and dice, idle roller coaster, and sushi bar. They're French studio focused on mobile. We should wait for mobile for them, right?
Yeah.
Handy
Yeah,
Games.
so we probably want to focus on PC specific things for now.
Alright, so let me filter by just PC, yes. Alright, these are all PC, yes. Why don't we do, alright. Here's one, Crytivo. They made Do Not Feed the Monkeys, The Universum, and Nary Tower of Shirin. They're PC only, they don't do console, mobile, or VR. Let's do them, because we have the thing on the only thing that matters for them, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, why not?
And Cult Games, who do same thing, same reasoning for, or sorry, yeah, same reasoning for them. They have one game called Galacticare. They are UK based. They're only PC. All right, so let's highlight these two. Boom. I gotta do something about how fucking white this is, though. But then that fucks up all the other colors. Whatever, though. All right. Random roll. Here's another one. Prismatica. They made Station to Station, Desktop, Dungeon Rewind, and Wrestling with Emotions. Germany-based PC only. I'm just gonna start highlighting all the PC only ones, actually. Blanks there, and we want blanks here. Actually, we don't want to filter out console. All right, so this is the list for PC only people. This one has VR. Oh, that's the people that made Satisfactory though. Sweden, Coffee Stain Publishing. Made Deep Rock Galactic, Hunt Down Goat Simulator. Should we say we're willing? He didn't say to do it, I guess not, but I was gonna say, should we say we're willing to do VR too? I don't see why our game would ever do that, but honestly, I'd rather play our game in VR than be on a controller.
I think it's that would be like show a thing that would make us look like we're not focused and we're not like Like we're desperate kind of thing. Like we'll do anything, just give us money.
Epic. There we go. Let's then send this to Epic.
Yeah, Epic is so unlikely that I don't care about sending it to them.
I guess. I guess. Let me share this so you guys can look at what I'm looking at. Alright, here. Here's that list. I would say this is the list we start with. And, but if anyone sees any reason to like, hey, for this publisher, we should wait until this feature is in, or until the game is in this state.
Say it again.
I made a link. It has the filtered list of everything that's only PC.
Where do I see this? It's just the
second tab.
Second tab,
Okay.
publishers, investors.
so just the yellow things.
Alright, well, no, those are the
Alright,
ones I
follow
was originally just going to do, but like,
Oh.
these are, all of these are PC focused, without a focus on mobile or console. So I would be okay sending them what we have right now in terms of the slide deck and the game, in other words.
Are Axolot the same people who are making Scrap Mechanic? Because that game got abandoned, I'm pretty sure.
Whatever, if they're willing to, I don't care how many failures they've had in the past, if they're willing to throw $200,000 at us. That game was a neat idea, but it was going to be very hard to make. They also just fundamentally misunderstood, I think, what, like, a survival game with those kinds of mechanics, I think, can't be a chopping down wood Minecraft kind of survival game. It needs to be like Mars First Logistics or like, you know, Deep Rock Galactic or something like that. It was a very neat idea, though. But is there anything on here where you're like, wait, let's get this in before we send to them?
I mean, I think we are in a good enough state that people can see this shit. It's going to take me time to make the other stuff, and it would just be so much faster if we had funding and I can work on this full time. So like, and this would be much better. I would just like, I'm at the point where I feel like we're good enough, and I would, if I could do this stuff full time, I could make this stuff properly the first time instead of having to go back and remake it later because I was just making it work instead of making it work
Yeah.
right.
So I still think, because my job is still probably the easiest job of anybody's here. I mean, now it's hard because I have a lot of, it's hard. It's been hard again for the last few months, but they are going to cross-train someone to help me soon, so I should have more time in general soon to actually work on weekdays sometimes again. And also, Lauren got a very significant promotion to where she's making almost as much as me now, so anyone who hates their job, feel free to jump ship if we get money before me. Like I said, I think I am the luckiest in many regards for my employment, especially considering how underqualified I am for my job. But
It's really hard to say no to benefits. You know.
that's the thing. That was the thing. But like, I could technically put all of us on
My benefits are basically
Lauren's.
nothing. I have a $6,500 deductible for my medical. So like, what am I paying?
Especially with like what's going on with like Medicaid and shit right now. Like just being out there in the piranha tank of health insurance.
Yeah.
It's a scary
Yes, that is.
place to be right now, especially.
Yeah, I get that totally. Me and Lauren got married. I guess I could go on hers. But...
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you'd probably still pay like double the rate for hers. Like the family plan thing is usually, or like the spouse stuff is usually basically twice as much.
It's always going to be better if we use mine, because all my benefits and health insurance and stuff are pretty good. Like it's definitely the best health insurance I've ever had. Dental still sucks, but always dental sucks. But I get free therapy, all sorts of stuff, and stock options and things like that. That being said, Lauren makes enough now that if I wanted to jump into something like this, it wouldn't risk, ruining my family financially. We'd have, even if it failed, we would still be okay. It would be worse off, but it would be fine.
Anyway, we'll figure that out once we get a publisher. If we get the offer.
Yeah, mostly I just want to say soon. I'm getting help at work soon. I should be able to work on this like way more soon. Not way more, but not just on weekends. So. I will, did you want to do the, score screen, Marcus, or I'll just go back to doing that stuff if, this weekend, if you don't want, if you hadn't had your hopes on doing that.
No, feel free to, I think prototyping it and making the mock-up saves me time, so go ahead and do all that stuff. I'll make the final version, or what is closer to the.
That works.
For now, my primary focus is actually right now. I'm trying to fix that bug that is causing the sticker position not to sync only on the post. It's so weird. I'm worried that this is a bug with NGO, because if it's syncing with Unity's networking stuff, because it's syncing the positions for all the clients. It's just the host that doesn't see it, which is really weird behavior.
And the position that it thinks it's in,
It just is, well, the last position that the server, the host put it in.
So it's just one behind.
Well, no, I mean, it's just not getting any position updates, or not applying them, at least. So, like, I can move it as much as I want, it just will never move it again.
Can you share your screen and show me? Because I don't know if I've ever seen it, if I wasn't seeing it.
And it's... it's not gonna be something that is gonna be like stuff that you guys can have input in. It won't. Here we go. Here's so the two here. This one are clients, right? So you see the clients are syncing, the position syncs, but the host doesn't. But if I move it on the host, well, you won't be able to see it right now. But when I bring those back up, you'll see it moved for both of them. So the host moving it moves it, but the clients moving it moves it for each other, just not for the host. It's very strange. Like, this should be a behavior that shouldn't be possible. I don't fully understand.
And it looks like it disappears though when it's so.
That's because the layer changes. Remember. So it drags it off. So if I drag it over here, it's on this layer, this panel's layer. So that's why it's disappearing.
Right.
So I can write to the layer, I just don't have permission to write to the transform for whatever reason. Even though I should be the owner of the object. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the owner of the object. It won't let me own the object because, like, if I do this, let's check this real quick. So if I bring this in, this is mine. I own it because I'm the guy here. And if I go check the owner ID of that sticker, owner client ID is 1. Okay, so that is what I would expect. The owner is that person. Now if I grab it, that owner client ID theoretically should change to 0. Yeah. Owner client ID is 0. Right? That all makes sense.
And you're sure the position is staying the same when you're moving it on the clients?
Yeah, look at it. Yeah.
I mean, by the numbers, it couldn't be a layering issue
the
where.
Host. It's the host that doesn't see it. But yes, if I have it here, I'm looking. That's the network transform. It's not moving. But if I move it like this, right, it moves.
Okay.
Truly is not there. It's just it is a networking bug. My guess is it might actually be a Unity networking bug, and I'm gonna have to fucking crawl through this thing's asshole to figure out what's wrong with it, which is annoying. But it's only the transform, so at least I have some indication with that. It's the problem is with the transform.
I'm sure you've already Googled Unity networking, host desync.
Yeah, there's nothing. The Unity NGO stuff is so infrequently used that there's really not that much information on it. But apparently was used to make Lethal Company. Did learn that. I'll figure it out. It's not something that you like. It's just like it's gonna be impossible for you to figure it out because you just haven't been working with NGO. It's clearly an NGO bug. The question for what the cause is, the exact cause is unclear. But I can at least see the authority of the sticker changing, so I can tell that I'm the owner. As when I grab it like this, I am the owner. There, see that I'm number 1 is the owner. Grab it here, that will change to 0. So. This is set to take owner's positions. And it clearly is sending that information over the network because the other client gets it. So there's just something wrong with the host side. Anyway, are you guys going to, where are you gonna set up for? Oh, so do you want to send up that to those, just the ones in black you said, or that whole list?
If we do 20, I guess 20 from this list, we could do.
Someone want to write up a pitch, email pitch, I guess, because these are all we send it by email, right? How to submit? Here we go. So some of them have emails, some of them don't have anything. So I guess we just ignore those. Like AMC Games has nothing.
You just look them up, see if they have a website that tells you.
Uh,
If you want.
I wonder if Netflix would publish this.
Didn't they just close their
Did they?
I think I did hear that.
Yeah.
They closed
see
their
options for
game
on there.
thing, but I think they're trying a new. They're taking a new approach to it. They're doing like games that you can play on Netflix, like party games. I think is what there. It sounded like I got the impression that they're going to like try to get games like Jackbox on Netflix, which makes a ton of sense actually. Anyway, I'll leave that to you guys. Yeah, I'll leave this to you guys if you guys can figure out.
Who wants to
where we're
actually send
sending
the
it, right,
emails, or
or
do
not.
we want to do, 7 for each of us or something?
Say it again?
We can split it
I
up.
mean, why don't we just write one form email and send that?
Yeah, that's what I was
everyone.
expecting. I was expecting just we write up an email, we all review it to make sure we like the wording, and then we shotgun blast it out to everybody.
As individual emails, though, not all of them on the same.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
usually-
Probably a program that you can get that'll do a,
Mass
a
email.
robocaller. Yeah.
Also, let me turn my stream off and I'll give everybody the password to the heart lamp.
All right. What do you want this console thing to say?
Actually, I'm just gonna text that to y'all.
I think it should be like something like we can be flexible, right? And then it just
That's the
says,
header. Yeah. I'll stream. I'll show you.
the
I'm jealous of Dave's thing. That just screams, I'm an artist. Where Marcus screams, I'm a professional. Where mine screams, I'm not either of those things, but I want to be.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we need to let's just mark down what we need to say and we can refine the wording, right? So starting with, we need to say it's built for WebGL currently, but we can run but the binary build works, and we're willing to make a console build. With some extra money, right? Is there anything else that we need to say on this page?
No, I think that's it. But for the language, though, I would do funding instead of money, and we're willing to consider can we just do consider console with some extra funding? Currently built primarily for WebGL. Is binary the preferred language? That I'd never heard that before him.
We can say standalone PC build.
That works. Also, what is this slide right before this? Because it could read like we're referring to something. Maybe we want to change it to the game is built for blah blah blah, depending on what the slide before this is.
I mean, then we can just have it say the game is built for.
Yeah, the game is built for WebGL currently. We have a
Let's just say the
standalone.
game is built for web, because these are not going to be people that know what WebGL is. Game is built for web.
Maybe we just say web
Like-
and PC. Maybe we just say the game is built for web and PC currently. We're willing to consider console with some extra funding.
Yeah, but I want them to know that there's a PC. They could run it on PC. Like right now. I wonder if we should say something like the PC build available upon request or something. Like we wouldn't include it in the initial call out, but if they ask for it, we can provide it. Maybe we could say we have a functioning PC build that we can provide upon request.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And maybe we say something along the lines of like crossplay just inherently works because that's how Unity Relay works. It's just inherent to. As long as I assume Unity Relay is going to work for consoles. Like that's the whole point of Unity in general. It all just works for all the platforms. But maybe we say something along the lines of crossplay works. I don't know how to phrase it.
Crossplay on there. Just say crossplay. Done. I get it. Everyone knows what that means.
We want to say there's crossplay. Do we want to be specific that there's crossplay between PC and web?
I mean, there will just always be crossplay, right? That's just,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't think we
gonna
need to
work.
specify. I think we just say they don't need to know how it works. They just need to know there's crossplay, right?
I think it's weird. I mean, I think it's just
Maybe
weird to
see
say
the
just
buzzword.
crossplay, but yes.
I don't think it should just be the standalone word, but I think we should say
What's
crossplay.
What else do you need?
Our system is
In
built
certain
with crossplay
slides,
in mind or something.
in certain slides that works fine. Like on the function,
When we're talking about a feature or something.
features. Yeah, but on the features slide, I think that works. But on the language with the language and the other points on this, I think just saying crossplay sounds weird.
Yeah, like that. I wonder, should we actually just do straight bullets here? Or is this... Maybe that is better. Maybe that's better. That's
I like
just-
that.
that's
I like
not
I like
bullet,
right
yeah,
aligned.
'cause this doesn't
I don't know.
overlap.
You don't like right aligned? Or right
Uh,
doesn't
Right line,
apply?
but at least it doesn't overlap with the rest of the stuff, so the dots can be hard, can make it harder to...
I just like how it
I
kind
guess
of
not
lines
too
up with the
bad.
edge of the dots when it's right aligned.
Hmm.
Or like, honestly,
I feel,
I like middle or right aligned.
I don't know if it's true, but Tatiana once said that justified text and also centered text is harder to read, so you're not supposed to use it.
Yeah, center text is the worst, but This isn't so bad. Right aligned isn't so bad.
It's not so bad, but now I'm getting your point. I'm not sure I love it either. Now that I see it again.
I think if we
It is distracting. Like I don't
if
know
we
where.
put more space in between, it would
Maybe. Yeah.
be better.
Yeah, that could help.
You put kind of like, I don't know.
Should we just put
Oh,
crossplay
someone
in the earlier slide? Jeff had to remake it. Never mind.
Well, we're not advertising that as our target or whatever, so I think we should save it for like, hey, this is something we can do. It'll work. Let's just say the networking was built with crossplay in mind. Built with crossplay.
Or just built for crossplay. Networking built with crossplay. Or whatever I just said.
I think with crossplay in mind is a better way of phrasing it if it fits.
I guess everything else does have 2 lines. That makes it seem, I do think that language does make it seem like it might not have it right now.
I can see that.
Networking built for crossplay compatibility.
I personally think we just say like, we currently have crossplay between PC and web. Although I guess that leaves out that we want crossplay between everything. It's too many words, but what I'd like to get across is we currently have crossplay between web and PC. We will eventually have crossplay with everything.
Maybe we can just say.
Built for
I mean,
crossplay.
the only reason that we don't have crossplay with everything is because we don't have the other builds. It just works, is the thing. Crossplay.
Already implemented.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
crossplay.
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
reach the other side because there is no other side.
Yeah, I like already implemented or.
The only thing I don't like about that is it sounds like we did some sort of work to make that happen. I didn't. I just picked the thing.
Whatever.
that
They
where it
don't need
works.
to know that. Or even just,
Crossplay works.
yeah, crossplay works.
Yeah, maybe we could just say crossplay works. I don't know. Crossplay. Jeff is reformatting everything. Maybe with an exclamation point. We're really excited about it. They should be too.
Do we need a period on the end of all the other ones then? Nah.
That would look weird, right aligned.
Yeah, that would. There we go. So you're just comparing, is that what this is?
Yeah. Right aligned. I think it
fits
looks
better
good because
in
it's rectangular. It is fine to do right aligned. Like each line is the same length more or less.
Yeah, that's
When we had it like one was like shoving off to the left so far.
too hard to like orient yourself and find your start again.
Yeah.
Also, all these things that you draw behind the title text, are you drawing them, Jeff? Or like, or are they, do you have a library of like
Like the curly Q.
the curly Q, the arm?
The only one I didn't was this one. Is I got it off of the Adobe
Hmm.
stock.
6. Are those like the spline points?
They're like whenever you get these things from stock, they always have fucking weird shit going on in them. If you try to change them in any way.
Looks good. I think that's good.
Where is?
Here, I'll draft the email language right now.
Where's this going again? Have we decided?
Oh yeah, what position is that going into? I mean, I guess we could put it either at make it the new slide 11 or make it slide 12. Like, maybe
Let's
12
make it,
makes sense.
let's
'Cause
make it
we
slide
already-
12,
Yeah.
because then we don't have to have 2 in a row of one.
12 makes sense because then we already asked for money, and this is just saying, hey, you want to give us more money?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. On the right one. Good.
The only example letter I can find of somebody who got a published game and they're sharing their email. The second paragraph is they pitch basically. The third is the contact or the information. Third is like if you need anything else, reach out further. The first though is he says, I know about you because my friend and I at this con played this game of yours. I have a game similar. Should we customize that part per publisher or have ChatGPT do it or something?
He literally said to shotgun it out. He's like, don't
Yeah.
spend your time customizing.
Well, he said don't over focus on one particular publisher, right? I think.
He did. He basically.
say
he
shotgun
literally
it
said,
out.
Use just shotgun it out.
Alright, why is it doing that again? What? Yeah. Aren't you the right size? You're the size of all the rest of my slides.
Is it because do you need to like delete the slide and bring it back? Because like for some reason, Google, if it goes off our previous slide, it will try to put it as like a insertion. So like I think you have to literally delete it and make a new slide.
I did. That's what I did.
Ah.
Um,
Did you try doing the other way around then? Maybe I'm misremembering. Did you duplicate a slide and then delete its contents?
oh, that's what I did first, and it didn't work.
And...
Alright, let's just. I know this one works. Done it plenty of times. Duplicate slide. Make a comic. Be completely flexible. There we go. Back.
Cool. I like.
Yeah, let's slide it through a little bit.
Should do you want to change? Can we maybe consider actually adjusting that wording a little bit more and saying, or although that could mess with your formatting. I want to say maybe like would consider is more restrictive in my mind than like open to, and then standalone build PC build available upon request could be what was it, standalone can be provided, standalone build can be provided upon request. Something like that. I don't know. People, maybe it was fine. Standalone build is available upon, like saying is available upon request. It just sounds a little weird to me, but I guess it's fine. None of it. It's fine. You can leave it how it was if you want.
Do you want to keep would consider, or do you want to open to console version?
Maybe we just say can create console version with additional funding. Like just say, hey, we can do this if you give us some more money.
Just out of curiosity, when we're saying, if we were to say the number of players this game is meant to support eventually, we would say for just the flop mode, 4 to what? I guess you could technically do 3.
I would say 4 to 6. I think if you have 8 there, that's a lot of comics you have to look through.
4 to 6.
3 to 6, really.
3 to 6, yeah.
Yeah. 3 to
I think
6.
3 would be not a fun way to play the game, but yeah, I guess
do
technically.
it
Yeah, but
all
it's
the time.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, and we do it all the time, and I still have fun when we're doing it because it's just fun to see your comics. It's not like the crux of the game isn't actually the competitive nature of it. It's just a framework to get.
Yeah. Plus we can
making comics.
Yeah, like we should, when we focus on more cooperative modes, we should focus on lower player counts to give them, you know, people with smaller groups of friends a mode.
done. The only thing left is for me to fucking type a nice thing about myself.
It's impossible. No one could do that.
How long do the rounds last currently?
3 minutes?
Oh, 3 minutes, I think. If I can change that pretty easily.
That's fine. I'm just trying to give them an idea of the loop.
Let's see if there's. Let's see. Maybe they fixed this.
Also, what if? Hold on, I'm weighing the pros. I just had this idea. I'm weighing the pros and cons of it. Well, I guess it's not really necessary. But like I do think eventually, I was saying this in the group chat, but I know this essentially means nothing, but I think psychologically it means a lot. I think at the end a whistle should blow, and then it should tactically be like time up, you know, but you're still able to move things around for a few more seconds, maybe 5 seconds before it moves on.
Very painful thing. One of those.
For a second, I thought this when he suddenly was like, how do I put text in at the end? Is what if we broke up the creation round into sticker placement and text? But then ultimately, I think I don't want that, because there are times when I need to see how it reads fully and then move stuff around permanently after that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But what is a good way to? I guess it doesn't really matter after the first time that people have that experience the first time where they're like, how do I do this? What's a funner phrase than randomly assigned for the stickers?
Oh, a sticker out of a hat. That's the one. we used
Yes,
before.
yeah, you're right. What's a good way to describe the poses? Like, if I just say they have different poses, these stickers have different poses, you won't know what that means. Maybe they don't. Maybe I just don't mention that at all.
Pose.
You could say different sprites, but I think poses is pretty intuitive.
To playstripped.com. It's play-stripped, right?
No.
No.
No? Just playstripped? Okay, www.playstripped.com.
Yeah. Because I didn't think you'd want to say. People aren't going to want to say play dash strip. And there's ambiguity in that.
If you
Did I tell you about this Skate Wizards TTRPG I found?
Maybe? I think you did, but remind me.
Oh, it reminds me a lot of Adventure Time. Also, the art is also very reminiscent of Adventure Time. And I bought it, and they sent me a cassette tape with
That's awesome. Just
like
I don't know
music
why.
to
Found that
accompany the
cassette
game.
tape.
That is cool.
Everyone gets a cassette tape with every copy of Pit. Dude, that's strips.
Why? Who fucking knows?
Mhm.
Cool.
It's just a recording of us saying thanks.
I
Enjoy your
I'd be down for that.
purchase.
I'd be fine with doing anything kind of weird like that, honestly.
Oh, me too. You remember the old Nintendo Power tapes they used to send out every once in a while? Where like
Kind of?
the Nintendo
Like
guy got
VHS tapes, you
kidnapped.
mean?
Yeah, VHS tapes got kidnapped by the Sony and the Sega guy, right? And they were like interrogating him. They had him tied up in like a dark room with a single light over him, and they were interrogating him, trying to find out about the N64. And the fucking Nintendo guy was like, "Blood will rain from the sky for you guys when it hits the stores. We got Star Fox, we got Zelda, we got all this shit. You guys are fucked."
Let's see if this gives me any new information on what's going on with this bullshit.
Oh, why? Why does it do this?
Fuck.
Or
Interesting.
All right.
Maybe not this Whisper Interactive. Kind of seems like they only do Chinese games or something? Or
I
publish
mean-
games in China?
Looks like, oh yeah, maybe they're a localization thing. There was something about localization somewhere in here. But yeah, that might be. But whatever. Like, here, let's see what they're. Let's go to their website.
Clicked on it, it won't let me go.
You have to control click maybe.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. It just took a long time to load up.
This has.
Oh, they publish Crosscode.
So not only Chinese.
I guess not.
Did they publish?
I don't know.
They-
Let's
I
go
think that
with
list
the
of like games
Chinese
is just,
version.
I think that list of games is just like, oh, this is a sampling of games.
Yeah, but like,
it's not all-
in the thing, it's like, oh, they published Disco Elysium in China. They published The Wandering Village
Oh, I see.
in China.
They just might be one of the few Chinese publishers, so that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they provide localization services.
Yeah.
PR, marketing, community support, maintenance, legal services, developed strong partnerships. They have customized publishing and localization. Yeah, we could probably leave that one off. Mark this one red. Alright, I drafted some language. In the you guys reading it? I probably overused the
No,
double dashes.
I just started to.
I love double dashes so much.
I'm still trying to debug this fucking insane bug. I will leave this stuff up to you guys.
Should it be comma or team comma Heartlamp?
Or maybe semicolon. But I guess it leads into.
Yeah, we should wait till Chelsea gets home.
Yeah, if you want to just have her.
Yeah, I'll have her proofread it.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I'm mostly looking for.
Content-wise, no, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm mostly looking for
Mentioned.
content-wise, anything
Yeah.
that we can add or remove.
Maybe I just like commas too much, but following this comma, players type out whether they want to.
I like comments
Um,
too. Following this,
Maybe I don't know.
comma. Or we could just do then.
Yeah.
But whatever, let Chelsea fix all that stuff. But there is a little mini pitch that gets them to the real pitch here, which is Stripped is a party game for 3 to 6 players, wherein each player creates a 3-panel comic and tries to get the biggest reaction from their friends. Comic creation is a fast-paced but straightforward process where each player simultaneously creates their own comic using random stickers that they pull out of a hat. No drawing required. Players type out whatever they want the characters in the comic to say and rush to finish before the round timer ends. Each round lasts a few minutes and then the comics are shared and players vote on the winner. After a certain amount of rounds, the game ends and the player with the most votes across all rounds wins. I've attached a link to Google Slides with our pitch as well as our prototype, available now at playstrip.com. Give a few
You've
friends.
attached a link to a view-only link.
This is the wording I have attached. This is saying I've attached a link to the Google Slides with our pitch, which includes another link. That it does kind of not make sense. I mean, it does, but which.
Yeah, I think we can leave that out.
Yeah, but maybe just get rid of that part.
Well-
Yeah, we have attached a link to the Google Slides with our pitch.
Or just say something like you can also play the game now at playstrip.com at the end or something.
Yeah, I think just say, hey, you can play right now, and they can get there if they want without going to the pitch. Like, that's fine.
I also think maybe there should be a line break after biggest reaction from their friends, because that's just like the
header.
base kernel of what our game is, and then like go into the process in a different line with comic creation.
Okay, how's this?
Yeah.
This actually probably comma here. What about this very sinister ellipse? I've attached a link to our Google Slides with our pitch, or you could go play the game right now. Available at Stripped. Yeah. Play Stripped.
Maybe and instead of or. Like, don't skip over our pitch. We worked pretty hard on it.
I will get rid of the sinister ellipse then.
Should we add like a quick text, just like description of the controls?
No, I say there's a tutorial available if you go play the prototype. I say if you have a few friends around, I'd suggest trying out the competitive mode. If not, I'd suggest trying the cooperative/offline mode to get a basic idea of the comic creation process. If you get hung up on anything, there's an optional tutorial button in the main menu.
Yeah, but if they have other people, like, is everyone gonna want to sit through the tutorial thing?
The tutorial room isn't done yet anyway, so
I could do
needs to
that. And
be-
getting that done is just turning off the talking sound and.
No, the text stickers don't work, remember? They don't line up properly.
One thing I want to really get across is you just need to type to make words.
Oh, it says
But
that. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Like there's no button.
But it
there's
doesn't
no
look
tool.
right is the problem, is that it like
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Jeff's saying if we don't have the tutorial available, we should at least say that in the email so that they know how to do it. Which I'd be fine with if the tutorial's not in. I think the tutorial should be in before we share this with anyone, kinda, though. Maybe I'll work on, or that's a you fix, though. Like, I mean... Wait, so
And
what
the problem is their positioning, because you have that camera, and if you moved all the panels back and repositioned stuff, then maybe it would work, but it's a pain in the ass. It's basically because the text sticker's so far past the panel that the
Is this,
perspective
are you
camera
trying
will
to
not
put
line up.
this into a different room? Or, because I had intended this to be, you just go to that scene, and then it, as long as it works there, it works. I
What
could
are you talking about? The text sticker, just like it literally, when the text sticker gets placed, it's so far behind the panel that it just doesn't line up with your perspective camera. So it'll show on the
Oh, that's right, yeah, maybe,
panel camera first.
I think maybe,
Even though it's not lining up properly. You have to like basically move the text sticker to be basically at the same distance as the panel, so that everything is at the same distance as the panel. But right now I don't have an easy way for you to set that in the text sticker handler. I can make something for it.
I
but
could just move the room around so it's in the right spot. That's easy. Like that's fine. I'll just put them.
It might, but then you have to do it for the hand, because there is a component in the player hand that does set that. But I think there's code that I updated in your tutorial to make it work for the hand, so you can find that distance manually and set it there. It may not be as one-to-one easy, but the point is everything needs to be at the same Z position because of that issue.
I personally, I think getting the tutorial in before we send this email is the probably highest priority. Like
I think getting this bug fixed is pretty high priority too, that I'm working on right now.
For the yeah.
Because they're gonna go in and they're gonna see it broken right away if they use it as a.
Could you avoid it if you can't fix it in time? Could you avoid it by somehow making all players clients after the host makes the game?
No, the host is a client. They're both. It is frustrating. I do think that it's just a bug with fucking NGL.
Um. That only affects the cooperative room, right? We could just turn off the cooperative room. Like they can still play alone or with friends.
Yeah, I'll figure. I need to figure it out, but
I'm just saying that's why I personally think that getting the tutorial is higher priority than that. Not that you have to work on it. I'll work on it, but I'm just saying. I'll do that. So yeah, I won't even worry about the score screen for this weekend. I'll just do that, and I'll send. And if that's done, if you're done with your thing, then I'll send out the emails. If not, let's just turn off the cooperative room for now and send out the emails anyway. Or we can wait until next week to send the first.
No, I
batch.
think we can send them out. We should be able to send them out Monday for sure. This better not take the. It is a weird one, but maybe I'll even ask the forums or something, because this is so strange that at least I could get an acknowledgement that it is a bug on their side or something.
Let me also look at what does the tutorial room look like right now. It's been a long time since I looked at it. Tutorial. I thought the tutorial was in the play strip build, but I guess not. Connect title. Alright, it's in this version. Or maybe it's not. Let's just go to the Huh. Weird. Did something get?
I'm gonna eat dinner, and I'm gonna have to try to figure out this bug for a while. So
I'm a little
I'm gonna
concerned that the tutorial in the build, in the current, or not the current build, I guess, but in the build that I last had from a couple weeks ago, is not the tutorial that I built. You know, that's on the HIA that I threw on there and said, this is it, done. Because it's missing a bunch of it. But there's 2 tutorial rooms. I do remember I made one and then I remade it. But neither of them have some of the elements that are in the final one.
I don't know. I mean, if you built it and it had like that build can't change. So whatever was in that build is just what you had in it at the time that you built it.
I'm saying, did something get left out of a merge or something? Because I pulled...
You're saying the build that you have on itch.io is missing stuff?
No, I'm saying the build, my computer build is missing stuff. The HIO one has things that it doesn't.
No, I don't know. What things are missing?
Like it doesn't have the it's all my like older like I must have made a 3rd room or something.
We did, like, we gotta stop. Also, that's the thing, we really should be only 1 room per thing. We have so many rooms everywhere. I did move the rooms around, but I didn't delete anything. To
Like
organize them so
the
they're easy to
whole
find. There are, like, so many fucking rooms that are just duplicate rooms that I can't ever find the fucking right one to use.
I've never had that issue. I mean, I'm having the issue of like controls tutorial. Okay, this must be it, right?
See, there's another 2 rooms with the same name.
They're on the same name. One is offline. and
Similar
one is controls.
names, but like we shouldn't have 2 rooms for it. It should just be 1 room. If you want to back it up, just commit.
This is not it either. Something weird is going on now. Okay, so
What specifically is missing?
no, I found it. This one's the right one, but now it's got a weird issue of things. Maybe that was just a one-time thing. The poof, I guess, is just the poof. The poof is blinking.
That blinks when you first start it because it needs to load the shader asset. It's always gonna happen.
That's the first time I'm seeing that, but let's see if it happens.
Only the first time you create it, it should happen. That always happens in the, like when you have not run the shader once.
It's continually happening though. Still, every time it comes up, I don't know what.
It's like a little blue boxes and then
no, it's like it's just blinking like super fast.
No, I don't know what that is. That is something else.
that just okay, let's get it over here. Over here. Alright, that looked fine on there. See, I don't know, it's I don't know why that would happen. Like, even changes you make, I can't see why that would cause that to happen. Let's restart the thing here. But anyway, yeah, I'll get the tutorial room finished. I didn't manage to get to the part I wanted to get to though, which is the text. So I have to do that here because probably the text has changed since this, or maybe was the text finalized before the that was around the same time we were working on those, I think.
I don't know what you're asking.
Were the text boxes finalized when I made the tutorial room? Like, has their code changed?
No, there have been updates and stuff. I think, but I think the problem is that I mean, I know what the problem is. They just need to be at the same distance. And that is, I can make that configurable, but it really shouldn't have to be.
I can also just make a fake one that looks exactly like yours, you know? Like,
No, but you have to type it, I guess, is the thing, and you want to be able to show off, like, the expanding and all that other stuff. It'd be a lot more work for you to do that. And I don't want it to be done through the update loop, ideally.
You can also just make a script to look for a word bubble, because you're only, I mean, technically you can make a bunch more, but to get through the tutorial, you only need to make one. And I think it's disabled before that, looks like it is, or maybe it's not, hold on, let's see, remove. Yeah, it's disabled before that.
I can fix that later, just let me fix that, I can do it. I just need time to... I think there's no like exit or anything, but so if you want to just finish, I think you also mentioned the end is not fully done or something.
It just needs a button so you can leave, and it needs I wanted to make there be an intro, like a door dropping down and opening, like you're going into his office, but whatever, I don't need to do that right now.
Actually, if it needs a button, I'll have the button for leaving too, so don't worry about that, because I had to redo, because otherwise if you just reload the first scene, it'll duplicate all the objects in there.
I can at least make it so that the, you know, it does that little wipe thing and it goes into the room, maybe?
If you want to, there'd have to be... So I'm gonna start doing loads on like asynchronous loads to make that shit work.
Wait, it does not work to just go into another room?
No, that's the problem, is that the things, those objects hang around. So if I do async or additive load rather, I mean not async load, but which is an async operation. But add basically one scene, and then you bring a scene in, and then when you're done with it, you unload it. I think that's how I'm gonna approach it. That's how we do it at work.
Is there anything you can think of? Because I restarted the Unity now, and I'm still getting this flashing on the poof, which is not, you know, not in the previous, you know, my version of it. So like, is there anything you or I did that would
Show me.
cause that to happen? Here, let me stream. Whatever. We can do this weekend if you need to go eat and stuff. Here, I'll have to restart, but hold on, I wanted to get to the typing part real quick. Pose tool. Wait, why are there actually two poses for the gun now?
Yeah, I don't know why that's been the case. That was in the case for a while.
It wasn't the case
We
in
can get
my
rid
build.
of it, but it's weird that it's like shifted too. It's like there's a second one. Just go to the
Yeah.
gun sticker set, and you could probably just delete it. It may just for some reason have a second one.
Exit the menu and just start typing. Okay, so this is what the typing looks like right now. I need to also disable it after one word bubble is out.
Oh, you know what? I probably made the second gun sticker second now that I'm thinking about it, because I remade all the sticker sets. And I probably just was doing it by name and just saw gun. And there was like there was definitely like a placeholder sticker for gun shot or something like that.
So I need the. So what's wrong with the text bubble in here? I don't see the tail.
When you drag it onto a panel, right? It drag it towards the bottom, up from the bottom of a panel onto it. Like it doesn't line
this.
up with your mouse because your cursor is not at the same depth as it, and it doesn't line up with the panel, like when it is actually showing.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty minor. The where's the tail though?
I don't know. You gotta get it from a right click, right?
Yeah, I bet usually has a thing sitting here. I mean,
Is it not showing the little thing? It must, for some reason, in your scene, not be visible. Like it's there, but it's hiding behind that. Maybe I need to change the render orders or something, so that the tail always appears on top. It might just not be. It might just happen to be in some scenes on top because they are at the same render order.
alright, we'll talk about it this weekend. But you can you know, if you want to make this, if you get done fixing this bug, and you want to do this too, sure. But if not, I can always just move the room around and change the render order or something in this room or something to try and fix it. It shouldn't be that bad. And then we need an exit button.
Oh, show me your poof issue. I'm watching.
Oh yeah. Like that.
I feel like I need to slow it down.
Yeah, it probably basically just looks like it's like it's Z fighting with nothing, with non-existence.
Well, I mean, that's the part of the problem with the perspective camera. Is it's like its position in the world makes it clip at really weird angles.
I don't know if
Especially
it's
with
that
precision.
though, or at least nothing like in this one it looks fine, right? So it was at a time it was fine, and then something external changed to it. It hasn't been changed.
Could be just render order of these panels has changed, so now they're on the same render layer or something like that.
Why would that? I didn't change that though from the one that I just showed you to this.
Just
So
go to your sprites that have those that it spawns, and put them on the overlay layer and see if that fixes it. In the poof animation, it must spawn some sprites, right? And
I think that that's all part of the sticker manager creation of it, right? That's why they.
no, it's an animation. You have to go find it. Like the poof is an animation that all I do is create it. It's you made a prefab, I assume, with the poof on it or something like that to spawn a poof.
Right. But I can't remember if that's in this room.
It
or
won't
this-
be in the scene. It's gonna be in the project. So go to the project, find the poof prefab, see if there's some sort of reference to a like sprite render or something, or some sort of reference to sorting order or render layer.
I mean, it's a particle effect.
And then open up the particle system then.
But nothing in here should have changed.
Well, it's spawning objects, right? Those objects,
It
I
is.
assume, are sprites renders, basically. The question is how they get rendered. Go to the material too. You can check that.
Is there? I mean, the material is this.
Yeah, open it up. Expand it down. You can change it from there. Go down to the. Let's see, is there no render order here? Click on the 3 dots on the right, and then click select the thing.
Sorry, where?
Three,
Here and.
3 dots on the right, and then select material. Alright, now click on the material there. Advanced options? What's advanced options? Sorting priority. Try putting it at the top, I guess. Drag that all the way up. See if that fits in.
There's also something called alpha clipping that's on. I'm gonna try
Alpha
turning it off.
clipping, I think, is for alpha, whether or not it cuts out that alpha. Or stops drawing it at a certain alpha, rather. Which you don't have. No, so there's still poof. Yeah, try the other way.
Is this? See, that's a particle effect too, and that's not being affected by this.
But that's also in the left panel, that may be different. And those are also being drawn in the panel, the poof gets drawn outside the panel.
It's true.
Also, why did that not have a poof? Copy makes a poof, doesn't it? Or does it not?
It does not.
No, I guess it doesn't. Actually, that's fine.
Still
Yeah.
happens on the other end too. I don't know why it would be something in here. Although maybe something in here might fix it, but
No, like I said, there is probably a render order change on the panels because they need to change the render order to render on top, and now for some reason this thing it doesn't know how to render it. Like it renders it inconsistently because it thinks they're on the same render order, so it's just basically by chance or by position view. Not
even so though, like let me just shoot a shot in the dark and go to, what was it? Although this is the prefab, if the prefab is on, I can't remember what's creating it. The sticker.
Just
being
drop
created.
the prefab in there and play it a bunch of times. Like we don't need the stickers as well.
Weird, why that going on?
Did you mess with the alpha clipping?
Oh yeah.
That's what alpha is.
Okay.
So it looks like it's actually happening in the scene. It's the actual stickers, like the effect itself. So this wouldn't be me. This is something about the effect.
Can you check and see if this is happening in yours?
I mean, it doesn't happen when I make a new sticker, but that poof effect doesn't look the same as. And, like if I make a new sticker and then delete it or whatever, it doesn't do that.
Should be the same poof. There's only one poof prefab that I'm aware of.
I guess because there is the word poof, it's just being hidden in yours. Like I do see it sometimes.
If this is happening on yours in another room, in another scene.
No, it's not. Not in the offline mode at least.
Let me just see if for me. In the offline mode, it's still good. I don't see it at all in the offline. You mean co-op, maybe?
No, you have to delete a sticker.
I did.
Delete it.
Also,
Or
my
maybe
version is out of sync with yours, but this is like a 2 weeks ago thing. I
Well,
have
then
like
try
20
the co-op mode. That one will definitely.
Yeah, it looks fine in here. Yeah, we don't have to fix it right now. It is weird though. later. I wonder if this is just a, that's right, we upgraded to Unity 6. That's the only other thing I could think that might affect this.